Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the DisruptMeister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is January 30th, 2017, and I'm giving you a very quick prediction show. There might be another show later today. I will chat with you afterwards for a little bit. I don't have that much time, but if you're in the chat, hello. We'll talk a little bit. Thanks for the person who sent me some Dash. And thank you to the person who sent me Ethereum Classic. That might have happened a week ago. It takes me a while to know how much Ethereum Classic I get and when I get it. So sorry about the delay. I hope you're watching. Thank you very much. So yeah, again, this is the morning here. And I just want to make sure all of you don't skip over last night's video, which I will link to below. So we have last night's video, then this video, then maybe one later today. So a lot of videos here to catch up on. So this is a prediction about the Bitcoin percentage of total market capitalization. In other words, the Bitcoin dominance. This chart can be found on coinmarketcap.com. I will link to it below. This is a telling chart. And right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 85.3%. That means if you add up the market capitalization of every single cryptocurrency, all the altcoins and Bitcoin, Bitcoin makes up 85.3% of it. And then all the 600 other ones make up the rest. And I think at some point in 2017, not early, later, but not at the end of the year, I mean, maybe around October, we'll get to that below. Bitcoin will hit 90% dominance again, fueled by speculation about segregated witness, and it won't stay there very long. So yes, I think segregated witness will eventually be implemented and that there will be a lot of speculation about it and people wanting to get in on Bitcoin, pumping up the price once people become more sure that this is actually going to happen. And we're about to see this with Litecoin. Let's see how it goes with Litecoin when people start believing it's actually going to happen with Litecoin if the price jumps up, because we can expect something similar with Bitcoin. So that's another reason I talk about Litecoin a lot here, to analyze it, to help predict what will happen to Bitcoin when it does segregated witness. So I also, this prediction, it's not that, I guess it's bold, but if I'm wrong, and by the way, if segregated witness is not implemented and people don't think it's going to happen, then this will not happen actually. But I'm thinking it will happen. But a lot of you, if I make a specific prediction about a specific coin, people could say, oh, it didn't happen to that coin. I bought it. Oh, Adam, you're terrible. This thing, I'm sticking with what I always say. Bitcoin is the way to go. Bitcoin is the way to go. It is by far and away the best cryptocurrency out there, and it is the most dominant. I'm saying it's going to get to a level of dominance that it hasn't been at for a little while. And again, at the beginning of last year, and we have some noise in the background, which is really unfortunate. But at the beginning of last year, I believe Bitcoin dominance fell into the 70s, and people were like, "Oh, all coins are about to take over." And this was during a huge Ethereum pump. And I don't foresee something like that happening if segregated witness is implemented. Now, but once it hits 90%, again, it might only be there for a day, because just as I did predict a while ago, there are a lot of young people who have gotten into cryptocurrency, young men and I predicted this would happen by 2018, but it's already happened. You can read it on the comments section. People that are just into cryptocurrencies to gamble, to just buy. They don't know they don't care about the technicals behind the cryptocurrencies or the future or the long term. They just want to make a quick buck and flip. So if holders of Bitcoin, all of a sudden, if Bitcoin goes up in value to a point where it's making up 90% of the market cap, people are going to take their Bitcoin winnings and blow them on these altcoins, which the altcoin speculators will be happy to take their Bitcoin. Again, some of these Bitcoins, some of these altcoins are unfortunately just ways of taking people's Bitcoin. Not all of them, but some of them. And people are going to fall into that. You know, when they're like, oh crap, you know, I didn't ride this Bitcoin thing to the top. I want to do something different. And that will help fuel altcoins to a point where Bitcoin can't stay at 90% for a long time in 2017. But again, I don't expect this to happen at the beginning of 2017. This segregated witness thing, we have to see what happens with Litecoin first. But again, I don't think Bitcoin is going to aim this year. The highest point in Bitcoin, 2016, the highest point in Bitcoin was like the last day of the year, basically. But that I don't see Bitcoin having its high in December. I think it'll be earlier, and I'm just randomly throwing out October as, you know, not too early and not too late. So October, maybe early November, who knows? Probably definitely before Thanksgiving, I would say Bitcoin will hit its high, and that's just based on you know, people's emotions and stuff like that. But anyway, and I could be very wrong about that. It doesn't even matter that much. But the 90% thing, you know, that's a real prediction right there. Might only be one day this year or 1 hour that it's at 90%, but it will get up there again because people are going to ride. I think this, and again, it does depend on segregated witness. If there is no Bitcoin segregated witness, then it's a total fail prediction on my part. So we will see. I don't see a way how it could get to 90% without people thinking segregated witness is going to be implemented, or that there's going to be a solution to the scaling issue and all of that. So again, this is the time to bring up Tone Bays, who comes out with a monthly a tweet that how much he'd be willing to pay for Bitcoin, but he considers the market capitalization of all of cryptocurrencies, and he just divides it by the number of Bitcoin, and that's his price for Bitcoin, which is always entertaining, and people get a kick out of it, definitely. But again, the concept of Bitcoin dominance is an important one there. Bitcoin, you don't have to be a Bitcoin maximalist to take it under consideration, and you don't have to be a Bitcoin maximalist to think it's going to hit 90%. I think I've given some logical reasons why I think it will get up there and why it will not stay up there for a long time, because there's so many people that are into gambling on altcoins that it's just they'll gladly exchange their Bitcoin, foolishly exchange their Bitcoin for scam coins, some scam coins and stuff, and some legitimate altcoins. And I think 2018 will be even a bigger year for people speculating on these altcoins, because there'll be, again, more and more people will have found out about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and feel like they missed out, especially if Bitcoin's like at $2,000. Like, I want to pay $1 for my coin, not understanding that they can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. All right, I believe I have covered everything here. I'm just reviewing everything here. So again, I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister. That was my prediction. And I know people like to hear predictions. So I'm giving you what you want to. I'm giving some guys some predictions here. I'm not doing crazy predictions. So I'm not going to be saying $10,000. I don't see what purpose that really serves. I think this is more, I wanted people to learn about the Bitcoin dominance chart and its importance, and that is something that people consider. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. I'll talk to you later.